Welcome back to the OwlEyedFocus channel. Today I will be analyzing a stock chosen from a member of our Discord who won the Spotlight reward for server activity. January had 2 winners, many more to come this year. If you'd like a chance to have me give my opinions on your favorite stock, drop into the server and simply stay active in the channels. Each month, I tally the points and alert the most active user to pick a stock, crypto, or subject for me to analyze on YouTube and Twitter Spaces. Today, for our first January Spotlight selection from Gunsmoke, is Unity Software, ticker symbol U. I will briefly analyze Unity Software, look at their stock performance, and give my perspective on where I see this company going. So let's get into it. All right, so John Riccitiello is the CEO of Unity Technologies. He served as CEO, Chief Operating Officer, and President of Electronic Arts, and co-founded private equity firm Elevation Partners in 2004. So he's got a lot of experience. We'll listen into him here in a little bit, but basically Unity Software, the main thing that they're trying to do is they wanted to democratize development for games, solve hard problems, and enable success. So they give you the tools you're going to need to, as a developer, to develop games, and they help you along the way too. You use their engine to make a game and that people will love, and they help you along the way because they'll get money back if your game succeeds. But they're also branching into other areas. Technology is being adopted by different industries like films, architecture, engineering, and manufacturing. Huge potential growth there, and I will share a video the CEO talking about that here.
Today's conversation on games, but back to the clip. You're also doing quite a lot outside of games, and so there's work that you're doing in the automotive and architecture side. You're thinking about the sort of beyond in the entertainment industry. Talk about what Unity is doing outside of games.
People have been using digital tools for a long time. They use tools like Revit to design a car or a car door, or AutoCAD or Photoshop, etc. But all these tools, grew up in, sometimes 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. And these tools are being used for design. They're being used for lots of different ways. And now we're partnering with these companies so we can take things that might have taken hours or days to render and do it in a 60th of a second. Things that were a solo experience is a social experience. Things that don't move do move. And that's all the first question you asked me, that's driven by the ever-increasing power of multi-core CPUs, multi-core GPUs, faster network times, faster internet, more bandwidth, and things like 5G and other technologies. As those things mature, industry after industry after industry is going to shift to real-time 3D for content creation and dissemination. I mean, it astonishes me that most car configurators in the world today, by way of example, they take the 12 colors they make the car in, they drive it into a warehouse, and they take hundreds of photographs. And when you go through the selection, you're picking the one photo from the angle they took it that's based on that description. That's an insanely inefficient thing to do, massively so. And to render them photorealistic, as we did here with that BMW, is better, faster, cheaper, and more options available to it. And that's a cloud service, that we can create or we have created for our customers. And so we are, we recently released a product called Unity Reflect. It allows you to look through your Android or iOS device for someone on a construction site to hold it up. And the architect who might be in a head office 100 or 1,000 miles away to see what he sees about or she sees about what's in the BIM data. Is the pipe really where they say it is? Do I need to move it? And it dramatically shortens the cycle from there's a problem and I need to fix it, from something that involved marking up a piece of paper and dropping it in a tube to go to the bottom of a construction site, to be couriered or flown to another location, to solving these problems in real time in the moment, which saves an enormous amount of money. And we're now working with auto industry, aerospace industry, things like Ready Player One, the film. I can talk about it, but it's a long discussion. It was produced in Unity, the film by Steven Spielberg, or at least previs was done in Unity. And so there's so many of these industries, they're going to move from more traditional tools to more advanced tools. And part of the reason is not only is it better, faster, cheaper, but you can apply the new data algorithms around AI and machine learning to these models and vastly improve the outcomes. So, I mean, just in Unity alone, we track about 2 to 2.5 billion users per month. We're able to do so much with AI to understand these products and to create tools for our customers. In a disconnected world, that's not possible. In our world, it's connected, and we're revolutionizing one industry after another in terms of how they create and distribute content. And it's exciting. It's a good time to be here.
Yeah.
So just piggybacking off of that, that's a lot of users, but they also have roughly 1.5 million monthly active creators. So that's people out there making these games. So that's something I really like about this company. But yeah, I encourage you all to go and watch this video if you get a chance to, because he is a bank of knowledge. He shares a lot of insight into the company and to where he thinks it's going to be going. Yeah, just check it out if you get a chance. All right, so I'm going to just kind of go through their website real quick. I've never even been to their website before, but just kind of see what they have to offer on here. I mean, obviously, they're going to have a lot to offer as far as development tools for creators, but let's just kind of look around and see how the website looks. Performance by default, real-time graphics. Here's where it shows 1.5 million active creators. So this is some of the games that they have been produced from Unity. Norman's Island, Cycles, Trinity. I don't think I've played any of these games here. I'm sure, I'm not an intense gamer, though. I have my games that I play, but I don't play a lot of games, I'll be honest. My thing used to be Madden and Call of Duty. Ghost of Tale, Rick and Morty, Virtual Reality. Ooh, nice. Drone. I have heard of this one, Cuphead. I don't know if any of you all have played that one before, but, basically these are user created. It's not how it used to be, It used to be there was just a company who made the games, and that's just how it was, and you just pay the price. But things are starting to change now. It's gaming as a service or subscription as a service kind of, you put the software out there to make these games, and instead of hiring your own people, you just kind of put it out there and let people use it. And if they make a really good game that sells, then you get profits off of that, and they get profits off that. And I think it's a brilliant idea, So if you look at their products, they have Unity Pro, Unity Industrial Collection, Unity Enterprise, Unity Ads, Unity Mars. I mean, all kinds of products. Solutions. This is where we get into the revolutionizing industries, what they're working on there. So, of course, they got their games, but don't just look at them like a gaming creator. Their software is what it is, but they can use that software for the automotive, transportation, and manufacturing, film, animation, and cinematics, architecture, engineering, and construction, government, and aerospace. Gambling, I wouldn't even think that was one of the things, but let's see what it says here. Deliver exciting real money games to players around the world. Makes sense. Have real people that are, passing out the cards to you and whatnot, so your dealer's real. Person over on the other side of the table is real. You're just in a 3D space doing gambling. So I think that's pretty cool. So, they have their support and services. And, of course, they have their community. I mean, it's a pretty big community. And then, of course, you got your developer tools. So it's pretty simple. They have their software and, it's growing. People are using it, creating games, getting popular. And I would imagine with how the CEO was talking, it's only going to get better with the advancements in technology. Here we got Unity software. This is what the stock price looks like as of this recording right now. It's at $114.17 a share, which kind of seems expensive, but you can cut that as many times as you want to. What you really want to see is the market cap. Looking at those revenue numbers, as you can see, in 2019, they were at $131 million of revenue, which is pretty solid. But as you can see, they've stair-stepped up ever since then, and they generate more and more revenue each quarter. But just look at that, $381 million in 2018, $542 million in 2019, and $772 million in 2020, and pulled in $1.1 billion in revenue in 2021. So clearly, it's doing really good, and it's a growth beast. And I think you all would be happy to see that currently, right now, it's sitting at a $30 billion valuation market cap. The way it's growing each year, it's like by roughly 200 million extra each year. So 30 billion market cap, that's in my range. Okay, so we were talking about mobile games and how they're going to be. So let's look at the projected compound annual growth rates to kind of get an idea of if we think that it's going to be a high growth sector which I believe it is. I mean, just by looking at this chart just right off the bat, pretty good. It's a pretty big growth sector. The compound annual growth rate for mobile games is 26.8%. If you really think about that, though, and down here it shows 2.3 for console, 3.1 for computers. So, you know, the growth rate for mobile games should grow really high because everybody's got a phone. Maybe not everybody, but a lot more people than people that have consoles. So anyways, in my opinion, I believe this is a pretty good stock. I think Gunsmoke found a pretty good stock to analyze here. What I wanted to do is just kind of give you the basics here. So, you know, we got a good CEO, clearly knows what he's talking about. If you just listen to him for 20 minutes, you can you can tell he knows what he's talking about. They operate a pretty good service. To me, it's kind of like Roblox, but they're not limited to looking like blocky and cartoonish, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I really like Roblox because they pretty much do the same thing. They allow you to build on their platform, and then if your game takes off, then they can make money from that, and you can make money from that. But this one's a little different. I think you can really branch out and make some games that look pretty realistic if you wanted to. So revenue growth looks good. I'm not sure on their how much their cost is going to be in the future, especially if they're wanting to branch out into other areas. I could see this one, you know, reaching 100 billion market cap in a year or two, you know. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you, and until next time, peace.